Welcome back to another episode of the Simplify Senior Transitions podcast, the show where we explore real stories, expert advice, and powerful resources to help you confidently navigate your loved ones move into senior living. I'm Corpus, a senior transition specialist and real estate expert based in the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm also part of the sandwich generation, juggling work, raising kids, and helping aging parents all at once. And honestly, that's a big part of why I started this podcast, because finding support and clear answers when it comes to senior transition shouldn't be this hard. The information is fragmented, the resources are scattered, and it's overwhelming when you're just trying to do the right thing for your loved ones. This show is my way of bringing everything into one place to simplify, educate, and connect you with professionals who get it. Today's guest is a great example of that. I'm joined by Neelam Dabholkar, the founder of Any Health, an organization that's changing how we think about wellness, connection, and emotional care for seniors. We'll be talking about her innovative happiness kits, the Happiness Cafe movement, and how her background as a physician has shaped her mission to uplift the emotional health of older adults in unique and joyful ways. Let's dive in.
Welcome to the Simplify Senior Transitions podcast, where we help families navigate senior living, real estate, and everything in between. Hosted by Senior Transition Specialist Dale Corpus, this show brings you expert insights, real solutions, and stress-free strategies to make senior transitions simple. Ready to dive in? Let's go.
And we're back, everybody. Neelam, good morning, and how are you this Friday?
Good morning. I am doing really well. And how are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited to bring you on. And I already know, we met in person. I saw you present just last weekend over in San Jose. I'm so grateful to have you be a guest on today's show. So, first question, Neelam.
Yeah.
How did your journey lead you to founding Any Health?
Absolutely. First of all, thank you for inviting me and let me get started. I think what struck me was when my uncle was diagnosed with dementia. So that was the first time we ever knew about dementia, and we got to know about so many things, and my aunt had to deal with like so many things at one time.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Big part of which was keeping my uncle engaged, keeping him mentally stimulated, and that's what started my journey, because there were so many things that needed to be done as part of ADLs, but it was difficult finding something for mental engagement, mental stimulation, and that's how we got into it. And 2 years ago, we participated in the Stanford Incubator Program, and which we ended up winning. We started with some digital tools that we wanted to do. So part of what I do is also developing, digital tools, AI
Yeah.
companion for late stage dementia patients. But what I'm currently doing, the tactile part of it, the in-person part of it, is for seniors as a preventative measure for people with early stage dementia, just to keep them happy, so that if there is a possibility to slow down cognitive decline, we do that, right?
Yeah.
Engagement, mental stimulation, keeping them happy, everything in turn leads to maybe slowing down decline. So that's what prompted me to get into it, a family history, and that's how our journey began.
Got it. And I can tell you're very passionate about it, right? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Now,
Um, Absolutely.
Now, one of the things I know that you offer are things, happiness kits,
Yeah.
happiness cafes. Now, what was the aha moment that sparked the idea for those things? And tell everybody what it's all about.
So when we started the Happiness Kids, it was exactly what my aunt used to do for my uncle, getting those things together, putting those things together, and she had to put a lot of time in it, right? Apart from taking care of him, thinking of so many other things that are
Mhm.
needed just for keeping him comfortable. Another stressor was like, what do I do? And she had to really search for stuff to keeping him engaged. And if the first thing that we thought was like, if this is something available to all those people who need it, in a box. They don't need to think about what's needed. Everything that stimulates certain part of the brain, if we could do that and give
Mhm.
it to people who need it, we have already solved a big problem of their life. We have reduced one stressor, right?
Yeah.
There are already so many stressors out there. If we could do that, they don't need to look for supplies, prints, soft copies, nothing of that sort. You get everything in a box, you open it, start using it, do how much ever you want, keep it away. And each box has like 1 month of supplies. So every month you look forward to getting something new because excitement and everyone loves a little bit of excitement. What's going to come next week? So that is what we wanted to capture, right? Keeping the excitement alive as well, getting people to help connect,
Yeah.
connect with their grandchildren, connect with each other. And, the contents in the kit can be used by the caregivers themselves because
Oh,
they are stressed. So there is nothing that people, I can do it. I love doing the activities. So, it's everyone can use once it comes into your house. So that was the aha moment, I would say, when it came to just the product.
yeah.
But one thing, wherein I was really touched and, I almost cried was when we were doing a happiness cafe session. Now, happiness cafes are, we tried to, for people who want to get out of the house,
Uh-huh.
come into, a group setting where we help them converse with other people, connect with other people, meet new people. And we do these in libraries. It could be churches, it could be senior living centers where senior living facilities could invite people just to give them tours, and we offer these cafes.
Wow.
So we were doing such a session in a library, and there was a 100-year-old person
Mhm.
in the session, and
Mhm.
generally he did not talk,
Mhm.
but we were talking about Valentine's Day, and he had some very strong opinions. Like he was like, "This is just a marketing gimmick," and he was quite, but he was speaking. And
Yeah.
then when we started doing the art and craft, he did not move till he finished, and he did everything that was on the table. And his daughter, at the end of the session, just came and said one thing. She said, "You are priceless." And that's it. I mean, this is what, I mean, the whole intention behind this was when people feel that we could help them, right? That's all there is to it. And I had tears in my eyes that,
Yeah.
that time when she just came and said those words. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like it really validates that what you're doing is very meaningful and
right,
very
right,
valuable, right?
yeah,
Going back to the happiness kit, what's an example of items that are in it? And it sounds
okay,
like it changes every month, or tell me
it
more.
does. So one of the things is, we put in lots of puzzles. So it could be coloring, it could be word puzzles, word search puzzles. There are mazes. Um, There's picture math. It could be anything. Spot the difference, find the difference. And one thing that we always do is give them a lot of resources. So every kit has a book which comes with, where can I find caregiver trainings? Where can I find, if I wanted to call a helpline number, maybe for Alzheimer's, or maybe a line for, suicide prevention,
Hmm.
or a line for heart conditions, where I can get information about a chronic disease that I have. So all those things are available. You just open the book and you'll find all these numbers.
Yeah.
You use your phone for a QR code. Family members can get themselves trained. So there's a QR code for some of the trainings that are free for the family, and people don't know about that. So everything is in the book.
Yeah.
One for with respect to art and crafts, we would give them a coffee cup like this, you
Yeah.
know, and we would give them stencils and acrylic markers, which they can use to make this cup personalized, right? So they use the stencils. They don't need to worry about whether they know how to paint or draw. So they
Right.
use it, they cover it, they use those acrylic markers, which are non messy.
Yeah.
And so this is one example. Sometimes we give them pillow covers
Oh,
that they can So we give them fabric markers, pillow covers. At times we give them caps where, they can, use those, color them,
Yeah.
masks, which they can decorate and wear. So, multiple things, and everything that has a visual impact, which affects like, most of the brain when you do something so visual. So
Yeah.
that's the whole idea.
How do seniors typically react when they receive one?
Mixed reactions,
Yeah.
because not everyone is open to it, especially if we look, women are more open to trying out things
Yeah.
that are artsy. Men, like even my dad, my mom is more open to trying out things. My dad is like, I don't like to do this. So it's a mixed reaction, but sometimes you know you have to just tell them it's okay if you don't want to do it, or if you don't like it, just try it out. But because the intention here is not perfection,
Right.
sometimes even if you don't like it, even if you look at it, even if you do like 2 or 3 strokes, it is still going to help you, because you're still going to end up using that part of the brain.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you don't use it, the cells in that part of the brain are going to wither away with time. Similar to what happens in our muscles, right? You don't use that part of the muscle, our muscle, weakens, and then we are
Right.
not unable to walk or use that part of the body. So everything about how much you use the brain. You may not do it perfectly. Sometimes it's for the family members to coax people into doing it, like
Right.
a medicine sometimes. But, if you get their grandchildren in, if they
Yeah.
have grandchildren, and if they could come in and, you know, work with the grandparents, it makes all the difference, because grandparents do anything and everything for the grandchildren.
That's true.
So that's one way to make it more fun. So now you're building connection, and you're getting the results that you are looking for, right?
Right. Right. Now, can you share a success story or surprising impact a happiness kit has had?
I think it's one of my neighbors. They are in the stage of early stage dementia.
Okay.
They have, I think, vascular dementia. And
Okay.
so we help them start doing this, the activities of the happiness kids.
Right.
And his wife, they were like, they they just love the idea of doing something like this. And although the patient was not too keen on doing it, but we gave them 2 kids and both of them started doing it. Kind of a competition, trying to, whether you did this, whether you did that, and then that competitive spirit.
Yeah.
He ended up doing almost everything in the activity kit. And although he was not like, he wouldn't ever say I loved it, but
Yeah.
his wife did mention that he did enjoy doing those activities. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, I guess that was one, where we, again, it was a validation of the idea. And um, I think his mood, I mean, there are only 2 or 3 things that we measure. How much does he talk? Is he able to, converse more? Does he converse more? And is he engaged and happy? That's all that we are looking at. And if all these 3 criteria are met, our work is done. And we could see that happening in him. So that was a big success story for us.
Oh, that's great. I want to backtrack a little bit. I know the name of your company is called NE Health, and I'm curious, what does the word NE mean, and why did you choose it for your brand?
So um, we wanted something that, that would mean somebody who's there with you all the time. And when, like I said, when we first came up, we are also working on building a video powered companion
Okay.
for people who are in their late stage dementia and need constant monitoring. So we wanted something that resembled a friend or a companion who's going to be with you all the time,
Okay.
who could help you be engaged. And anything that we do with respect to seniors or preventing loneliness. What
Hmm.
are we trying to do? We are trying to build companionship, and
Right.
NE means companion. And then that's why we chose that. I like the sound of it. It's a Swahili word, so
Oh,
it means companion. Yeah.
okay. I love that. Now, also, for those people that don't know you yet, where are you geographically based and where are these happiness cafes done around the Bay Area?
Right. So let me just give a brief introduction about what I do, where I'm from, and my technical background as well. So I'm based in Santa Clara. I'm in the Bay Area. My company and we serve almost everyone, all the areas in the Bay Area, as well as we have not yet gone, expanded more apart from the Bay Area, but we could, because our boxes can be shipped anywhere, we could, ship throughout the US. So I am based in Santa Clara. I have a technical background, so I have worked in organizations like GE Healthcare, Oracle, Intel, First Republic Bank. So I've been into product development throughout for like 20 years before I started my own firm. I'm also a volunteer with Alzheimer's Association, and I lead their monthly memory loss meetups, where this is where they discuss a lot of issues that they face, early stage dementia patients,
Hmm.
how, there's a lack of activity, they are bored. So, everything comes together. My experience of tech, working with seniors, people with early stage dementia, and then bringing this solution together.
Hmm.
Right?
Got it. Now, in terms of the happiness cafes, where around the Bay Area are they done? Does it move locations? Tell me about that.
We do it at different locations. So we try to get them done in libraries. So we did one in Mountain View Library. We did an educational series as well at Santa Clara Library. We can do them in, churches. There are a lot of
Okay.
places where people would love, something like this in churches. We do it in senior living facilities, right? So,
Yeah.
senior living, assisted living, memory care, these are the places which would benefit the most, I think,
Okay.
because this is one place where, the residents can come together and their families can join them as well. If you have prospective customers, they can join the happiness cafes, and these senior living facilities could
Right.
offer tours when people come in. So
Okay.
it gives them a great reason for a reason to invite people in and then give them tours, and
Okay.
then as well get them have some fun.
On a related note, then, how can senior communities or families host one of these?
All they need to do is contact me, and we come over. We come with all our equipment and whatever that we need, supplies, everything. We come over, we set up,
Got it.
we work with the seniors, our staff works with them, and then once it is done, we clean up and we leave. So just give us a call. Let us know if you're interested. You let us know what, the likes and dislikes of some of the residents. If most of the people who are going to attend absolutely do not like to paint, then maybe we'll have some craft activity. But if they love to paint, then we would try to have, we generally do have a lot of painting and other stuff, because that's something that I've seen most people enjoy. We
Yeah.
have trivia. So, you know, we do all sorts of things. They let us know. We try to customize it a little bit, but generally, it's like most of the people are open to trying out what we do. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Now, I want to segue into questions related to the science of joy and emotional
Sure.
health.
Yeah.
Now, why is joy such a vital part of senior care, in your opinion?
There has been a lot of research on how your mental well being affects your overall health, right?
Right.
Overall, how your body reacts to it. So, Center for Brain Health, Global Council on Brain Health, Alzheimer's Association, they have a lot of research that they have published on how being happy, being engaged, being mentally stimulated enhances your physical health as well. So that's one of the reasons why, we need to be very mindful of whether people around us, especially the seniors,
Hmm.
whether they are engaged. Because what I have seen and observed in my family as well as, other seniors is they get older and everyone around them expects them to be very serious,
Right.
spiritual, there's like, why do you want to do this at your age? And I'm like,
Yeah.
why not? It is their time, they
Right.
have done everything that they needed to, and now it's time to have fun. So rather than just being so serious, just have fun. uh, and people don't realize how much it affects their physical health. Just being happy, just the hormones that are released, endorphin and everything that keeps your physical health in check is basically released when you're happy. And there's enough research to show that. So that's why we focus on, mental health, being socializing, keeping yourself engaged. Everything is related.
Yeah. So, do you believe that emotional wellness is just as important as physical health?
Absolutely. In fact, I believe emotional wellness is even more important if you want to maintain good physical health, because you don't just want to live longer, you want to live happily
Yeah.
and longer, right? That's the aim. If you're not going to be happy, your physical health declines. And if you're isolated and bored, how would having a long life help, right? It- It's like the chicken and egg problem. So being happy contributes to being healthy, and being healthy in turn means that you want to be happy. So,
Mm, that makes sense.
right.
Now, what role does storytelling, laughter, or sensory stimulation play in emotional healing?
The basic thing is that when you have sensory stimulation, when you socialize, when you talk to other people, you are out there walking or generally meeting people,
Hmm.
uh, there are certain parts of your brain which
Hmm.
otherwise will not receive the amount of blood that is needed, right?
Hmm.
So if you look at studies by National Institute of Health,
Right.
American Academy of Neurology, they all specify that when you do activities like art and craft,
Hmm.
when you do activities like laughter therapy, this is something that we do in our happiness cafes, laughter therapy, or just talking, getting people to talk, suddenly your brain lights up. Suddenly there is a lot of blood now flowing into all parts of your brain.
Hmm.
And if you actually took an MRI or a scan while people were doing, the whole brain would be lit up. And that's the reason, one of the things why mental stimulation, emotional wellness, it's just related, and it enhances physical health. One of the problems that people now are facing is the problem of loneliness. It's even called a loneliness epidemic or a
Okay.
loneliness pandemic, right? And how can you know do how can you be not bored, or what can you do to avoid that? So getting out, doing certain activities along with friends. So a part of the happiness kits is we also, give games like board games. It could be checkers or those games that we loved as kids, right?
Yeah.
Snakes and ladders,
Yeah.
or a deck of Uno cards, or Spotted. So just playing these with, if you have a caregiver coming in, and if you just if the caregiver uses these things to connect with the patient, suddenly, now you're not lonely anymore. Suddenly you have something to laugh about, something to think about. And that's how I think it's so related, and there's research, and we need to really make sure we are paying attention to that.
Perfect. I have another question then. Can you explain how your work ties into broader health outcomes like reduced depression or improved cognition?
Right. So again, I cannot definitively say that anything in the kid or happiness cafes is going to reduce depression. If
Yeah.
you have chronic depression, it absolutely needs to be dealt with by proper medical care.
Yeah.
Uh, why we say it improves cognition is because there's enough research that says that if you continuously train your brain to do certain things,
Hmm.
the risk of getting cognitive decline reduces drastically. But
Okay.
again, there is no guarantee that if you have other reasons, high blood pressure, high sugar. These are all factors that contribute to maybe getting dementia or cognitive decline. So again, what we can do is do whatever that we can control. And what we can control is doing these exercises, exercising regularly, making sure that we stimulate parts of the brain that generally otherwise won't get stimulated,
Hmm.
keeping up, apart from doing these mental exercises, making sure that we exercise, maintain our blood pressure, check our sugar levels, make sure that they are, if we are diabetic, we need to make sure that we keep these things in check because overall health, yes, mental well-being does affect, but
Hmm.
again, there are so many other factors, and none of our products are medical or have any, we cannot claim that this will definitely prevent something because there are so many other factors that come in. But yes, I would urge people to keep themselves occupied, keep their brain busy, make sure that we are doing enough to stimulate the brain.
Right. Perfect. Now, how are care communities, memory care centers, and senior centers using your kits and cafes?
Uh, for senior living, if there is somebody who doesn't like to come into a social, there are many people who don't like to do activities along with other people. So the kids can be very effectively used when they want to do something on their own. If there is a facility where there are like two or three people who never come out or do not want to come out for various reasons, but want to keep their brain busy, they would definitely benefit from the kit. And that's where our kits come handy. But the whole idea of senior living facilities, memory care, and assisted living facility is to increase socialization, right? So, happiness cafes are enrichment sessions. So, apart from happiness cafes, we do a lot of enrichment sessions now.
Okay.
If you look at what enrichment sessions are, it could be anything from learning a new language. We educate people or we help them start, giving back to community. So we have like a three-pronged approach. So one is explore, learn, and then continue. So that's like where they first explore the different possibilities. They understand what they would like to do, then they start learning that particular
Hmm.
thing, and then they try to implement it in the long run. So it could be something like creative writing, for example. So we will give them different things like, do you want to write fiction or non-fiction, or do you want to do memoir writing, or just write a biography of yourself? And so we give them a peek into different things. We start teaching them, do this, do
Hmm.
multiple things. And then if they want to continue, and if they are, we give them some work, right? In those
Right.
sessions, we'll give them work. And at the end, if they want to publish a book of their own, we'll help them with all the resources that they'll need to publish their book. Similarly, if they want to do something for giving back to the community, we'll give them an intro to a lot of volunteer organizations. Then they, try it out with
Yeah.
different organizations and then continue with whatever they like to do best. So when you give back, I think people are the happiest.
Yeah.
And this is one of the most popular things I believe that people choose. So we do enrichment sessions like that. And yeah, happiness cafes, um, that's something that we do on an ongoing basis. We
Mhm.
do short educational sessions as well, like just letting people know about what's the difference between normal aging and dementia. And we have so many wonderful speakers, like you saw in the event on
Right.
Saturday. We get external speakers to talk about the different issues that people might face. Like we had Nessa talking about caregiving, me talking about fall detection and fall prevention. So we always have someone who comes in talking about some of the things that might benefit the people, the residents, their families, and even in libraries, we just let people know.
Hmm.
One of the things that we want to do, or we have done, is have in our sessions, we have let people know the role of senior advisors, right?
Okay.
Not many people know that they can use the services of senior advisors when they need help for their parents or even a medical help for themselves. So and then there are senior advisors who are, they have so much to offer, but they don't reach the right audience. So we, our sessions, we try to get these senior placements, senior advisors right in front of the people who could benefit from their services. So we try to not just build our own business, but also help the senior living facilities to get more customers or prospective clients into their facilities. If when it comes to senior advisor, senior placements, when we do sessions in libraries, they benefit by directly talking to the people who could use their services, right? And I have noticed that most of the people in the network, like I go to these senior roundtables, and they are so helpful. They refer, they connect,
Yeah.
and I am in here. And if just by doing these sessions, I could connect the right people to, the advisors and advisors to the people, I think that's one of the biggest accomplishments that we would be able to through this session.
No, I
Connect.
like that. I mean,
Mm.
it's a lot of people don't know these
Yeah.
senior advisors slash this placement agent that that type of business or service
Exactly.
exists. So
Yeah.
you're helping create that awareness about it to the
Yes.
senior
Absolutely.
community.
Right.
Now, sounds like you partner with placement agents. Do you also partner even with like home care agencies or even real estate professionals?
Yes, with home care agencies, our main way to get happiness kits to end users is via home care agencies,
Okay.
right? Uh, the reason is because home care agencies know their customers, and we want the happiness kits to be completely tailored and customized as per the needs of the people that they serve, right? So now there are many people who may have tremors. Now we cannot keep on giving them the activities that require too much of hand movement. In that case, the home care agency caregivers will let us know, okay, this is the activity that they like most, and we can tailor our kits. Or majority of our patients are of this type, so we change the contents based on what the in-home care agencies tell us.
Okay.
Now, there is one model where we work with them and they maybe 5 or 10 kits from us, and then they give it to people that they think would need them. The other way we operate is we work with the home care agencies and go to people's houses during their first assessment or whenever they do monthly assessments. And then when we go there, we tell the resident or sorry, the customers that, why the kit would be advantageous to them, how the caregivers, when they come to their house, would be able to use the kit to keep them engaged. So the family members now know, okay, these are some of the things that are going to benefit my loved one. This is how they'll be more engaged. This person didn't talk at all through the day. Now that person has started talking for more than 30 minutes. So all in all, we give them the advantages. And if the customer buys the kit, we can offer a profit percentage to the in home care agencies. So, like I said, there are two ways. We don't just want to grow our business, but through our business, if we could help other people increase their revenue or, build differentiation, why would somebody choose one home care agency over the other? I think, again, a great way to collaborate and grow somebody else's business as well.
I like that. Now, what does growth look like for NE Health? What's next?
There are multiple things that we are looking at. So, like I said, there is a big gap between the people who need help
Mm-hmm.
and people who are available to help. So, we are in the process of building an app which would be absolutely free for the families, and uh, this would help them connect with the right people. So, we want to educate people on the workflow, right? So, if you have a need, go to a senior advisor who would help you understand what the different things that you would need, and
Mm-hmm.
that will connect you to the right people, right? If they need relocation services, downsizing, then they can go through the senior advisor so that a family need not be overwhelmed by continuous calls or mails and then don't know how
Mm-hmm.
to. The advisor can help them do that. So there, the advisor's network also benefits when a family is given the right option.
Mm-hmm.
The senior living facilities can also benefit because the advisor now can let people know of the right choices based on the budget, based on the pricing, based on the facilities or the amenities that a person is looking for. So overall, making the workflow easy,
Mm-hmm.
helping both the families as well as, so that's one way we are looking to scale. With respect to happiness kits, we are in the process of working with some of the counties and people from the counties to replicate and create a model called the Golden Age,
Okay.
very similar to what the first five model that is started in California, where every new mother gets
Yeah.
a kit which has all these small things that are needed
Yeah.
when they have their first baby for the first 5 years, like a book or some diapers or something that tells them what to do till
Yeah.
the baby child turns 5. So we need something similar for seniors, right? So, what are some of the things that would be needed for them? Resources, where they can get some help, medical help, skilled nursing facilities. How do you contact them? Or what are some of the training? What are some of the ways to keep healthy, heart, lungs, and overall? And then how do you keep your brain stimulated? So, creating this kit, which should be given to all the seniors when maybe they are 70 or 75, and they can use all the resources in the kit. So that's one way we want to scale. And again, developing some of the digital tools that we have been working on. So, working on the AI companion, working on this app for senior advisors and families. So, these are all the things that we are looking at to scale.
You have a lot of good things going on,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
can't wait to see the growth of your company and what you're doing. What's been the most meaningful moment on this journey so far?
Uh, I think when one of the places, I think this was one of the Morningstar locations where we had done a happiness cafe and we did laughter therapy. So, laughter therapy is just where we do fake laughter initially. We laugh loudly. And one of the biggest advantages is laughter releases endorphins, which in turn is a pain reliever. Also has the ability, because you laugh out loud, it strengthens your heart, it gives you a cardio, it strengthens your lungs, and overall, because you make sound from your throat, so that gets exercised, and so it has like multiple benefits. And at the end of the session, we had done trivia, we did a lot of painting and art and crafts, and then we did laughter therapy, and suddenly the whole place was like, people initially were like, is this woman crazy? What is she doing making us laugh like that? But we did, like, everyone started joining. Initially, they just laughed because they thought I was crazy. But then once they started doing it, they all started laughing. And the entire staff They came in and they were looking at what is happening. There was never so much engagement or, so much of noise coming in from the residents. And then the activity coordinator there gave a feedback saying that, they were never so engaged. This is the first time that I've seen residents come out and then give a feedback later saying that they just had a blast. So again, one of those moments where okay, this is what we are meant to do, right? This is why we do what we do. And yeah.
I love that laughter therapy. I should use that with my own family.
Yeah,
That,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
And I
Yeah,
mean, laughter is contagious. It's like,
it is.
yeah, yeah. And then the fact that you started off with just fake laughter and it just causes everybody, it's a ripple
Yeah,
effect,
yeah,
right? And
yeah,
everybody's laughing.
yeah.
Now, one of my last questions is if a listener wants to brighten their loved one's day or reduce their loneliness, what's one small thing they can do today?
Talk to them.
Hmm.
You know, every day you make sure, like I have my parents and my mother-in-law, they stay with me.
Okay.
One of the things that we all make sure that we do is have dinners together, basically spending time with them because it should not be the case that they are just waiting for you to come and talk to them. You have to, or if you don't talk to them, there's nobody to talk to them. So it shouldn't be that case. So watch a movie with them, talk to them, tell them about your day, make them, have a common place where you all can sit and talk, right? And socialization, getting them, everything else, getting them to do activities and everything becomes secondary. But
Yeah.
having those conversations, I think that is the most important. Just
Okay.
talk to them.
Solid advice.
Yeah.
What's your dream for the future of aging in America?
I think we all need to be less serious. We have to, apart from the so much of planning that we do for aging well, aging in place, one of the things that we need to do, and even because as we grow old, there's going to be a time where we are going to lose our partner. So what are you going to do after when you're alone? So finding hobbies right from maybe in your 40s or even 30s, like what am I going to do if I lose my partner, or what am I going to do when we both grow old? What is it that we like to do together, and what is it like what we want to do if
Yeah.
I am alone? Planning for that, as sometimes it's like, why would anyone plan for that? But it is so necessary. We need to be able to have fun when we grow old, and we need to plan how are we going to have that fun, right? It could be whether I love traveling, so if travel makes you happy, that's something. If volunteering makes you happy, then that's something that you need to plan for and start doing right from the beginning. You like to read, you want to try out creative writing, find out what you like to do and start planning for it, because that is what is going to make you happy once you retire.
I like that. I do
Yeah.
like that. Now it's like if you fail to plan, you plan to fail too, on top of that. Yeah. So, Neelam, where can
Yeah.
people learn more about NE Health and the services you offer?
So we have a website where they can find all the information. They can connect with me. I can share my email as well as my phone number, and they can connect with me. My email is on the website, so whenever they have a question, they can go to the website and connect with us. They can find all the information. Plus, I mean, any referral. If there is somebody who we are always like, if you need someone, if somebody needs help, please let them know about us. So word of mouth, our website, social media. I'm on social media on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, so they can find me there as well.
Perfect. What's
So
your Instagram handle by chance?
it's at NE Health. I can share that. I am truly,
Perfect.
I
And I'll include it in the show notes as
yeah,
well.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll
Um,
send it to you.
Perfect. And so, Neelam, thank you so much for joining me today. Your passion for fostering community and combating isolation in creative ways like through happiness cafes and curated resource kits is genuinely inspiring. I know our listeners are walking away with a new appreciation for how emotional wellness and connection can deeply impact a senior's quality of life. You're
Yeah.
doing such a meaningful work, and it was an honor having you on the show.
Thank you so much. I had so much fun. I hope that people benefit out of whatever they hear. So, and keep themselves happy. Be
Yeah.
happy, have fun, don't be serious.
And keep laughing, right?
Yeah, keep
Yeah.
laughing, keep laughing.
Lastly, and for those of you watching or listening, if your loved one is considering senior living and you need to figure out what to do with their home, let's talk. Schedule a free consultation with me by clicking on the Calendly link located in the video or episode description box. Learn more about my services at www.simplifyseniortransitions.com. Have a quick question? DM me on Instagram at soldbydale. If you found this episode helpful, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It really helps more families find the show and get the support they need. And don't forget to share this episode with someone who might benefit from it, a friend, a colleague, or a fellow caregiver. You never know who needs to hear this message today. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Simplify Senior Transitions podcast.